Hello, beautiful people. This is Beauty Manifested, and I am Danny the Teej, and I just had the most wonderful thought. I actually had it earlier, but I've been able to elaborate it. And it is the answer to the question, if a man ever asked you, well, what do you bring to the table? Or, what else would they ask? What do you bring to the table? Or what do you have to offer? Why should I be with you when there's all these other women? I don't know if you guys, hopefully you've never been in a situation where a man has asked you that, but I have been in a situation like that before. And I really didn't know how to answer it at the time. I think I didn't answer it at all, because I was just like, if you have to ask me that, then you must not know, right? So, of course, I'm a gardener and I'm a yoga. I am a yogi gardener, and I relate all things to yoga and to gardening. And so I view myself as a beautiful, lovely flower, right? And why do I love the flower? What value does the flower bring to me? Well, the flower is beautiful, and it makes my life better because it's just so beautiful. And when I look at it, I feel so happy, and I devote a lot of time and energy into caring for my plants and making sure that they're happy, so that when they bloom, they can make me happy too. And it makes me happy to care for my plants. It's actually my soul's joy to care for my plants. And some people might look at it as hard work, but I don't look at it as hard work. I look at it as my soul's joy. There is nothing I would rather be doing than caring for my plants. I would like to call off of work every day. I would like to quit my job and just take care of my plants all day, every day, because I love them so much and they bring me so much joy with their beauty. And I am the same way. I am so beautiful and so lovely, and my husband cares for me so much that he will devote all of himself to seeing me bloom and seeing me happy, because seeing me happy is his joy. Seeing me blooming and blossoming is his joy. That is literally the whole point, and that's the value I bring. So when someone asks you, what do you bring to the table? The answer is beauty. I am beautiful. I have a beautiful soul. I have a beautiful heart. I have a beautiful mind. I have a beautiful face. I am beautiful, and by simply existing and sitting here, I am making the world a more beautiful place, and that is the value that I add. Even if I never move, I never speak, I never do anything, I have made the world a more beautiful place by simply existing, because I am a beautiful person. And if he asks, well, there's lots of beautiful girls. You're not the only beautiful girl. There's lots of beautiful girls. Why should I marry you when there's all these beautiful girls? And my response is this. When I go to the nursery, I was just at the nursery, so that's why I'm thinking of this. I love all the plants. They're all so beautiful. I think every plant is beautiful. Even the sad, sick ones, I want to take them all home. I wish I could take them all home. But I just can't take them all home because, one, I don't have space for them. And if I bring home a plant, then I want to be able to care for it, and I want it to be happy. So I'm not going to buy a plant if I don't have the space for it, if I can't care for it the way that I think that plant should be cared for. So that's first. And it's just, I cannot take all the plants. I wish that I could. I want to have more space so I could care for all the plants, but I just don't have the capacity to care for all the plants. And so not everyone is going to be logical, but I am going to make the logical decision of, what do I have some room for? Maybe I already have a color scheme going in my garden, so what will look the best? What will make the most sense? What will fit? And then based on the one that I love the most and brings me the most joy and makes the most sense in my life, I will pick that one. Like, say I really want a mango tree, and I actually have killed mango trees before, unfortunately, because I loved it so much. I wanted to take it home without having the proper abilities to care for that mango the way that it wanted to be cared for. I took the mango home even though I was not able to provide an environment that the mango could thrive in, and that was not good, and I wish I hadn't done that. And now I will focus on buying plants that I know I can care for and I know can thrive in the garden that I have. Don't let a man take you somewhere that you don't feel comfortable and where you cannot thrive. A man should want to provide for you a good life, and he should want to care for you in the best way possible. And so, yes, there are lots of beautiful women. There's always going to be someone, I guess, allegedly more beautiful, but when I look at all the rose bushes, I don't think that one is more beautiful than the other. But one of them just might stick out the most for me, and that's the one that I'm going to choose and I'm going to take home. And I don't want all of the plants. It doesn't even make sense. Like, do I think all the plants are beautiful? Yes, but they're not all for me. Those are not all my plants. And why would I take all the plants when there's so many different people at the nursery who all are looking for plants? I'm not going to be greedy and just take up all the plants. And then the beautiful thing about plants is they multiply and they make more plants, and there's just infinite plants. Like, it's weird that someone would ask you, like, why would I be with you when I could be with everybody? That's disgusting, first of all, because why do you want to be with everybody? Like, you don't even have the capacity to care for everybody. So that's not good, because you're going to go be with everybody and just mistreat everybody. If I go get all those plants, I'm going to mistreat all of them, because I just don't have the capacity to care for that many plants. It's too many plants for me to care for. It just would be ridiculous. And so I think I say all this to say, one of my mentors, she's actually had a similar conversation, and she says, like, when you get into an argument with a man around this type of conversation, like, well, what do you bring to the table? Well, I'm the prize. No. That is just two computer programmings arguing with each other. It's like an iPhone and an Android, like, right? So the video got cut off, but in short, there's no words that you can use to articulate the value that you bring, the beauty that you offer, and all of these things. You are infinitely and immeasurably and divinely delightful and purposeful and powerful and valuable, and you exist for a reason. And if you ever find yourself in a position where you're having to convince someone of this value or explain yourself in any type of way, do not engage in that conversation. Just leave forever. I mean, infinitely leave that conversation forever. Cut the soul tie with that person. That's just not your person. There's no words. Like, what do you mean? What do I bring to the table? Like, have you seen me? Have you met me? Like, what are you talking about? And I guess, I don't know, this is a little rant, but I love you guys so much. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, and don't let anyone, your value is never in question. Your worth is never in question. You are divinely valuable, and the fact that you woke up this morning is proof that God loves you and God believes in you, and I love you as well. Have a beautiful day. Mwah. I have one more little note to add. For the high maintenance woman, I would consider myself to be a high maintenance woman. I require a lot of care, and you know what? I have some high maintenance plants. Of course, I do like to fill my garden with the more low maintenance plants that are a little bit more independent, a little bit more tolerant. And like I mentioned, like, I'm going to choose plants that can thrive in the garden that I have. Like, if a mango really likes to grow in a tropical African environment, and they grow massive, they get like 100 feet big, I'm just not gonna try to grow a mango in a pot. Like, I'm just not gonna try to grow a mango in a pot. Like, yes, maybe it'll give me 1 or 2 mangoes, but I'm gonna have to just go so far out of my way and beyond what I'm comfortable giving in order to try to make this mango happy. And at the end of it, me and the mango are not happy. And so, like, if a man literally does not have the capacity to provide for you, and I think this kind of reminds me of like my college boyfriend, right? If a man literally does not have the capacity to provide for you in the way that you would like to be provided for, or like to provide with you the lifestyle that you're used to, like, you know, the mango is used to growing up in Africa, and I do not have an African climate. My climate is nothing like that. It's literally nothing like that. I do not have the capacity to provide that environment. Okay, so I'm used to a certain kind of lifestyle, the lifestyle that my father gave to me, right? The lifestyle I was born into. If a man literally does not have the capacity to provide that lifestyle or anything close to it, that is going to be a losing relationship, because I'm always going to feel like he's not giving enough. It's never enough. And he's always going to feel defeated because he's doing his best, but it's never enough. And it's not a good situation to be in. But I can't change my requirements just because that man doesn't have the capacity. He's just not my man. And that doesn't mean that I'm too high maintenance. It just means that there's a certain lifestyle that I'm used to, and that is the lifestyle that I need in order to thrive and perform the way that he may like for me to perform, or, you know, give the way that he would like for me to give. So sometimes it's not that you're too high maintenance, it's just that you haven't been placed in an ideal environment. Now, I do have some plants that are just high maintenance and a little bit dramatic, and I love them anyways. I have one plant, like, if I don't water her for too long, not even too long, like one day, she likes to be watered every single day, and if I'm a little late that day, she does like this big dramatic droop, like so dramatic, like she's just like suffering, like she's gonna die. And as soon as I water her, boom, she perks right back up. She's so dramatic. Or like some plants require deadheading, and you have to constantly go in and pull off the blooms. Like, you know, just different plants require different things. Some of them are super low maintenance. You pretty much stick it in the ground and it does what it does. And then some of them requires frequent pruning, lots of watering, lots of fertilizing, things of those natures. Once again, you have to find a man who has the capacity to provide for you in that way. Like, if someone is trying to do low maintenance gardening, then they want a low maintenance woman. If a man is trying to have, like, if his main focus is not his relationship and he just wants like a very easygoing partner who doesn't require too much, like maybe all he does is pay the bills and that's it, like she doesn't expect him to communicate, she doesn't expect him to help with the kids, she doesn't expect much, just pay these bills and be done. Or some women require even less, but I don't think those are not even healthy environments for the man or the woman. So we're talking about healthy relationships. So, you know, some people, all you have to do is pay the bills and everything else will be okay. Some women, they want, you know, vacation. Some men, they want to be able to go luxury shopping, like, you know, and those are all lifestyle requirements, which are like, those are more like light soil, like, you know, essential things that you have to even provide a proper environment for a woman. But like extra things like communication, emotional availability, and faithfulness. And well, faithfulness is probably like lifestyle kind of, but you know, you just find a man who has the capacity to provide you with the environment that you need to thrive. That's it. You're not too high maintenance. And even if you are high maintenance, that doesn't make you any less worthy of love. It just means not everybody is going to be able to give you that, and that's okay. It just means that you have a smaller dating pool, and that's okay, because you're not trying to date everybody. You're not trying to take home all the plants. You just need one. So you find one that works for you. To that man, you're going to be his dream girl. You're the one that he always dreams of caring for. Like, you are the specific archetype that he always dreamed of being with, and it gets to work out for you. And that is all I have to say on that. It's okay to be high maintenance. Okay, so this is the last thing on this topic. So a healthy reminder, God has given you free will, and you are in fact not a plant, and no one can just pick you up from the nursery and take you somewhere that you don't want to go. You can always get up and leave. The sun will always shine on you. You have free will, and you always have the option to choose to grow and to thrive. Like, that's it. Nobody can take that away from you. A man can stop talking to you. A man cannot choose you. A man could divorce you. A man could do all kinds of things. But you always have the ability to grow and to thrive, because God has given you the greatest gift of free will. A man does not control your life. He just doesn't. He could leave you tomorrow and you still get to grow and thrive. Like, what I'm thinking of, like, in my dating experiences, some guys are not my guys. I've been ghosted, I've been yelled at, I've been, you know, I don't know, all kinds of different things. Most of my dating experiences have been positive, but every now and then something, you know, a little weird will happen, and that does not stop my shine. That has nothing to do with anything. I care for my garden, and the man cares for me. So no matter what the man is doing, I still have my garden to care for. Like, I still have to wake up tomorrow. I still have to live my life. Like, life doesn't stop because of a man is doing this or not doing this. Like, regardless of what he's doing or not doing, I still have to wake up and live my life. My plants still have to be cared for. Okay? And I don't know what's important to y'all, but, you know, just kind of relate this to whatever is important to you. Maybe work is important to you, or maybe you're a mother and obviously raising your kids are important to you. No matter what the man is doing, you still are going to have to do those things. Like, those are your responsibilities. Those are the things that you have taken on, and those are the things that matter in your life, because that's what you're responsible for. So a man is supposed to show up and take responsibility for you, and that is the role of a man. But whether he does that or doesn't do that, you still have to be able to do what you have to do. I have committed to caring for my garden. I bought these plants. And so whether a man texts me back or not, I still need to wake up and get my ass out of bed and then go water the plants. Like, I don't have the option to just lay in there and be all depressed. Like, I have things I have committed to and things that I care about. Okay? Like, it doesn't matter what a man is doing. Or even if I have like a husband and he's supposed to pay the light bill or he's supposed to pay the water bill and he doesn't pay the water bill that month, my plants still have to get watered. So I'm going to have to figure it out. I might have to ask the neighbor. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to figure it out because I have a commitment to these plants and these plants have to be cared for. Like with your kids, like just because your man, I don't know, like doesn't buy any groceries that month, like your kids still have to eat. So you're going to have to figure it out. This is not to stress you out, but it's just to say, like, never give your power away. Just know, like, you have free will. You have responsibilities. You are powerful. You are a child of God, and you will always be provided for. What a man does or doesn't do has literally nothing to do with anything in your life. It's just what he is doing. Like, you know, we're not trying to get men to do things for us. Men just do things for us because they like to do things for us. Like, the plants are not trying to get me to do things for them. They probably wish they could just be, like, wherever they're supposed to be, like, wherever they're native to. Like, when I drive in Texas, there's so many beautiful, wonderful wildflowers, and they just grow without the help of anyone. Like, yeah, maybe someone put down the seeds at one point, but they just multiply and multiply every year, and there's more and more and more of them because that is where they like to grow. That is their natural habitat. So when I go to the nursery and I bring these plants home, they're probably like, why does this girl have me here? This is not where I'm supposed to be. Like, this is not where I would naturally grow. Or sometimes they end up naturalizing themselves in my environment. So I introduce them to my garden, and then they're like an immigrant, but then once they have kids and they spread their seeds, those kids are now native to my environment, you know? So it kind of depends with the garden. But for you, it's like, if a man is going to pick you up from the nursery or from the dating pool and then take you home with him, he's going to have to take care of you. Like, duh, like, how else would he get you there? Like, you could have just been in your natural habitat doing your thing, but he came to you and wanted to take you home. And so obviously there's requirements to that. Like, you're going to have to eat. You're going to have shelter. You're going to have clothes. Like, hello. Hello. Like, I hope you didn't bring me to this house to just, like, I don't know, work or something. Like, that's not why I'm here. I thought you brought me here to take care of me so I could thrive and bloom and blossom like the flowers. Like, duh. But our life is not going to stop depending on that. Like, some of the plants at the nursery, they get taken to all kinds of places, and some of them never get bought. They just stay at the nursery. But guess what? No matter where they end up, they're still going to grow. And even the plants that end up dying, like, they try their damnedest to grow, because that's the whole point. So don't get caught up on the man and what he's doing and what he's not doing and trying to get him to do this and trying to get him to do that. You take care of your garden. That's your purpose. Okay? You take care of your garden, or whatever it is that brings your soul joy. For me, it's my garden. So I take care of my garden. Okay? And then if a man wants to pick me up and take care of me and take me home, great. As long as he can provide me the lifestyle that I want, great. I will go home with him, and that will be great. And I'll just grow my garden over there. Cool. But no matter what happens in my life, no matter who shows up and who comes and who goes, I will continue to grow my garden no matter what. No matter what, because that's what's important to me, and that's my soul joy, and that's why God put me here on this earth. He didn't put me here to be some man's wife. That may happen, that may be something, but he put me here to grow beautiful gardens. Yeah, like, that's it. And maybe when I have kids, I'll feel like he put me here to grow beautiful kids. But even them, nobody can keep me from my garden. My garden is what I do. I'm a gardener. I'm a gardener, and I'm a yogi. I'm a yogi gardener. This is just what I do. And lots of things are happening in my life, and I have different experiences, and I meet different people, and I eat different foods. I do all kinds of things. I go different places. I work. I do businesses. I do all kinds of things. But my ultimate soul's joy and purpose is to grow beautiful gardens. And nobody can take that from me. Nobody. I will always grow beautiful gardens. And that is my divine God's gift. Like, I don't believe anyone, I don't care what these people do. I'm sure you guys can think of ways that people could try to stop me from gardening. I will always garden. I will always find a way because it's important to me. And to flip it, I think that that's how my man is going to feel about providing for me. Like, I will always provide for my woman. I will always find a way to make her happy. Like, nothing can stop me. Like, I could lose this job. I could do this. I could do that. It doesn't matter. Like, the sun will always shine on me, and I will always care for my woman. Like, I don't care if I have to drive Uber. I don't care if I have to walk dogs, whatever it takes. Like, I brought this woman home, and I'm going to care for her because that is my duty. That's my job, and it's my soul's joy. That's it. That's it. That's why God put me on this planet. Like, I'm going to care for this woman. Like, that is my duty. Just as it is my duty to care for my garden. And I just feel really, really grateful and really, really in love. My neighbors across the street, they have the most beautiful rose garden. I think they have 14 different rose bushes, and each one is uniquely beautiful. And I just feel so blessed to be alive. I feel so blessed to live here. I feel so blessed to witness the garden. And the woman who planted the garden, I can't freaking believe it because she just planted this garden like last year, and they moved and she left all the plants. Couldn't be me. If I leave, my garden leaves too. I'm digging up all these plants. I'm taking it with me because I don't know if the next owner is going to care for them. Fortunately, actually, the next owner, she had a landscaper come, and they actually look way better, like way a million times better than they did with the last lady. So she is doing a wonderful job. She inherited a lovely garden. Maybe that was part of the selling point for why she even bought the house. I'm not sure, but she inherited a really beautiful garden. She's a blessed woman, and she's caring for it in a wonderful way. And it's just a wonderful place to live where women can just care for their gardens and grow flowers and be beautiful and create beautiful things in the world. I know that there's a lot of content about dating and relationships and men and the things that they do. And I just want to say, excuse my French, but we don't give a fuck. Like, we do not care. We do not care. Like, you do the thing that God put you here to do. And if a man wants to pick you up from the nursery, then he will pick you up from the nursery. And if he doesn't, and if no one picks you up from the nursery, it doesn't make you any less beautiful. It doesn't make you any less worthy. And it doesn't give you permission to stop growing. Your purpose on earth, the reason you're here is that you need to grow and evolve and be beautiful. Regardless of if anyone picks you up from the nursery or not. It doesn't matter what these men do. It doesn't matter what these men want. It doesn't matter. The plant doesn't change its whole genetic structure just because someone wants a purple plant and they're a yellow plant. We don't care. Like, say, what if none of the yellow roses get purchased this year because the color of the year is magenta? That doesn't make the yellow rose any less beautiful. It just doesn't. Like, it has nothing to do with anything. God created yellow roses for a reason. And those are my favorite roses. I don't care what the color of the year is. My favorite rose is the yellow rose. That's my favorite. And you're going to be somebody's favorite. Gardening is literally everything to me. Like, it's literally everything. Like, it pertains to every single aspect of my life. I don't know what I would be without gardening. But yes. It doesn't matter what these men want. It doesn't matter what these men do. It has nothing to do with anything. If a man likes you, he'll be there. If he doesn't like you, he won't be there. But I barely even notice because I'm actually busy in my garden. That's it.